There's a moment every man faces, a moment when someone attacks him with words, disrespect, accusations, blame, or insecurity disguised as confidence. Most people react instantly. They defend themselves. They argue. They explain. They raise their voice. They let their emotions command the battlefield. But a Stoic does something different. When attacked, he becomes still. Quiet. Controlled. Unmoved. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is power. The world teaches men that strength is loud. Shouting, clapping back, proving a point, winning an argument. But the Stoics knew the opposite. Real strength is measured by how little control others have over your reactions. Anyone can speak. Anyone can argue. Anyone can lash out when they feel provoked. But silence requires mastery over your emotions, your impulses, your ego. Remaining silent when attacked forces the other person to face themselves. It takes the momentum out of their aggression. It exposes the insecurity behind their behavior. It amplifies their own chaos while you remain untouched. The Stoics understood that the moment you respond emotionally, you hand over your power. You let someone else dictate your behavior. You surrender your discipline to their instability. Silence protects you from that. Most attacks are not about truth. They're about triggering a reaction. People attack because they want to feel powerful. They want to feel righteous. They want to see you break, defend yourself, justify your existence. They want the satisfaction of watching you lose control. When you stay silent, you deny them that satisfaction. You hold the frame. You hold your dignity. You hold the ground. And something interesting happens. Silence becomes discomfort, but not for you. For them. Your stillness forces them to confront the weakness behind their aggression. They expected a fight. They expected resistance. They expected you to meet them on their level. Instead, they meet themselves. The Stoics believed a man is strongest when he refuses to become what is attacking him. If someone is loud, you remain calm. If someone is disrespectful, you stay composed. If someone tries to pull you into chaos, you stand in order. Your silence is not agreement. It's a declaration that the situation is beneath your character. People confuse silence with surrender. But silence is the opposite. It is a refusal to let the external world fracture your internal stability. A man who reacts immediately is controlled by others. A man who remains silent controls himself. And that control is what the Stoics lived for. They understood there is a moment inside every confrontation when the mind tries to push you into impulsive action. A moment where your ego wants to speak, defend, justify, or attack back. But if you override that moment, even by a few seconds, something shifts inside you. Your emotions fall back. Your reason steps forward. You regain command. That moment is where silence becomes your ally. Remaining silent teaches you to observe instead of react. You begin to see the attack for what it is. Not a threat, a revelation. A revelation of the other person's insecurity, fragility, or desire for control. A revelation of how much power you truly have when you don't hand it over. And silence isn't passive. It's active restraint. It's intentional discipline. It's psychological dominance. Because when you don't react, the other person has no fuel. No place to land their aggression. No emotional leverage. Eventually, their energy burns out. They either calm down, reveal their true motivations, or expose themselves entirely. The Stoics knew that if you stay calm long enough, your attacker ends up attacking themselves. Silence protects your reputation. People forget what you said. They never forget how you stayed composed. Silence protects your focus. Arguments drain energy you could use to improve your life. Weak men waste time proving points. Strong men build lives that make arguments irrelevant. Silence protects your dignity. No one ever regretted staying calm. Many regret losing control. And silence builds a reputation, a quiet, dangerous, respected reputation. People think twice before provoking a man who doesn't react like everyone else. A man who cannot be manipulated. A man who does not break. A man who stays steady in the storm. This is why the Stoics preferred silence over retaliation. Not because they feared conflict, but because they understood the value of emotional discipline. Anyone can swing back. Few can stand still. Remaining silent when attacked is not about cowardice. It's about clarity, the clarity to see that most battles are traps designed to pull you down to someone else's level. The silent man stays above it. Not because he's better, but because he's in control. And control is the ultimate Stoic power. One day you'll look back and realize that the moments you stayed silent were the moments you grew the most. Not because you avoided conflict, but because you mastered yourself in the middle of it. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strength. Silence is strategy. Silence is self-respect. And the man who learns to remain silent when attacked becomes the man no one can defeat, because he refuses to fight battles that destroy his peace.